learned assistant public prosecutor, refuting the contentions so advanced, argued that no doubt arises on the age of the victim since Exhibit 9, the admission register of the school in which she was admitted, was produced in evidence before the learned trial court and proved that the victim's name and date of birth is recorded therein, and the headmistress of the school, PW10, has vouched for the authenticity of the entries by her evidence and issuance of a certificate Exhibit 10. The incident took place on 27/6/2017. Hence, the victim was a minor in terms of the POCSO Act. Her date of birth being 2/10/2000, the victim has categorically described the sexual assault perpetrated on her by the appellant, that in his response to question number 4 of the Section 313 CRPC statement, the appellant admitted that the victim had indeed come to his shop to purchase biscuits, that this statement itself confirms the victim's presence at the place of occurrence. Hence, in view of the evidence furnished by the prosecution, no requirement arises to interfere with the impugned judgment and order on sentence. The rival submissions of learned counsel have been heard at length and duly considered. All evidence and documents, as also the impugned judgment, have been duly perused and carefully considered. The questions that fall for consideration before this court is: 1. Whether the alleged incident indeed took place, and 2. Whether the impugned judgment is sustainable in its entirety. The appellant, having been convicted on 2 counts of Section 7 of the POCSO Act and on 2 counts of Section 354 of the IPC, sans FIR, in the first incidents alleged. In this regard, we may first look into the facts of the case. On 27/6/2017, PW3, the maternal uncle of the victim, lodged an FIR, Exhibit 4, before the Mangan police station at around 22:00 hours, informing therein that on the same date at around 19:00 hours, his niece, the victim, had gone to purchase biscuits from the shop of the appellant. She returned home crying and reported that the appellant had sexually assaulted her by fondling her breasts at his shop. PW3 and his wife, along with their son, went to confront the appellant at his house, who attempted to compromise the matter by offering them quotation start khadas, bracket start, ceremonial silk scarf, bracket close, and money. PW3 reported the matter to the local panchayat, and on being so advised by him, to the police. Based on the FIR, Mangan PS case dated 27/6/2017 under Section 8 of the POCSO Act was registered against the appellant. During investigation, it transpired that the victim was living with her aunt and uncle. The appellant was their neighbor. In sum and substance, investigation revealed the sexual assault on the victim as complained in Exhibit 4. The victim, in her Section 164 CRPC statement, stated that the appellant had previously also fondled her breasts near his residence when she was studying in class 7, but she did not reveal the incident to anyone for fear of being disbelieved, considering her young age. Charge sheet was submitted under Section 8 and 10 of the POCSO Act against the appellant. The learned trial court framed charge as reflected in the impugned judgment. On his plea of quotation start not guilty quotation close, the trial commenced, where the prosecution examined 16 witnesses. On consideration of the evidence, the impugned judgment and order on sentence came to be pronounced.
If you have liked the video, hit the like button and consider subscribing.